Thank you once again. I'll be shortly give you my little journey for last 35 years. So basically I failed in gynecology, and that gives me opportunity to appear for PG entrance in AIMS. And my career started in RP Center in '84. Professor Durlabh Datta was my only mentor in my whole life. He taught me many things in life, except ophthalmology. And PG days, '84 to '87, I was very popular. I passed MD. Then I became WHO fellow. Then joined SR in January '88. Dream was to be a faculty of RP Center. I developed passion for cornea and eye banking during my PG thesis, my thesis on eye banking only. And my guide was Professor Anita Panda. And she gave me prize, and one night at 2 a.m. in the morning, those days, at night the surgery was used to happen. She gave me first keratoplasty during my PG days. That is the only keratoplasty in my life during early days. And this is the this patient follows up with me. The right side was done at RP Center, 35 years follow-up with single graft. Right side, in the other eye I have done while I was in NRS. That is going for 28 years. And that patient was a keratoconus patient from my own district. She went to AIMS that's why madam gave me that case to do it. Then there was a huge setback. 30th November '87, red letter day. I had malignant vasovagal, neurocardiogenic shock. Now it is the newer terminology. And while going for investigation in their cardiac cath lab, I had cardiac arrest. CPR for 2.5 minutes, 2 rib broken, temporary pacemaker followed by permanent pacemaker after 3 days. Newly married that time. Reported as a case report in their journal. So life changed, so the destiny. So I was forced by the family members to come back from RP Center, morle to barite esei moro. The dialogue was like that. So joined WBHS, and as a GDMO in a rural hospital, but there is no facility for healthcare service for my own, and no ophthalmology. Forget about cornea. For 5 years, every day was a no day for me. Learning cooking, gardening, collecting stamps, and other hobbies I used to do. Writing my first book, completed my family, and enjoyed my early days of fatherhood. Then I was posted to NRS Medical College. I discovered there is an eye bank there, and which was closed for 5 years. So I reopened it, an MBBS student, PG student, teaching. So I was relatively going good. But after 4 p.m., I was totally free. I used their microscope for the first time because it was lying there. I performed 88 PKs in those 4 years, a lot of IOL surgeries. My first book published, my first paper published from there, my first book for UG published there. And this was my first book in Bengali. And this is my first book on ophthalmology, oral and practical. And you know that the best part of this, every book give me 8 rupees, and first year I earned 56,000 rupees, and whereas my annual salary was half of that. So I get interested in writing books. So again, the things are not going good. So problem of a job versus career. A job, to me, it is just going for work, do some work, and you earn money. NRS posting to me was just like a job. Every moment there was an obstacle. You know, in every government hospital there is an obstacle. It was boring and no scope for further growth. Then the politics of what is my next posting, where will I go? Whereas a career is a journey that includes your job, your experiences, your learning, training, teaching, towards your attitude to fulfill your long-term dream or goals. Then this glittering, that call from Devashishda. So asked me and Tusharda to join him to build a hospital for a cause. We have a dream that time. We discussed again and again. We resigned. I resigned from the government job. Dr. Hajra, Tusharda also resigned. Nothing to lose. Disha started 25 years back. The best part of the Devashishda, he has given me full freedom and playground so that we could play freely to our passion. I have tried my best. Then there was a challenge because his practice was cataract based and my dream and passion was cornea and eye banking. But he gave green signal from the very first day, go ahead, whatever you want to do, you do it. The cataract surgery will subsidize the cornea and eye bank things. No fellowship, no assertship. I know that a good lab and a robust eye bank are required for a complete cornea. Struggle was there, literally begging for a pair of cornea from the people across the other door. But today, we are the third largest eye bank in the country, third transplant center in the country. Sitting where? Sitting at Barakpur, not in Kolkata. Learning corneal surgery, in my case, mostly self-learning. Atlas, seeing again and again, listening to great people, and nowadays, you know, the YouTube videos are there. Learn that wet lab is a very important concept, and that I learned cornea surgery from wet lab, that it is possible by creating. I have not learned in wet lab in American Academy, but I used to get goat's eye from the market, 5 rupees one goat's eye. I used to get them 10, 20 every day, every week. Then I practice in the wet lab, then human being. And you need the power of observation. So we often say that if they can do it, if he can do it, then we can do it. I can do it. Devashishda often says that, oder mathay ki shing ache. I also believe that. Namrata, forget that I have, but it is very difficult to translate in English. PK, LK, DALK, DSEC, DSAK, DME, KPRO 1 and 2, all are my area of work. So documentation is very important to create your database. So I used to show my work to other people via poster, papers, video, whatever possible ways. Participated extensively in work, local, state and zonal conferences to have referral, especially in Jharkhand and Bihar. And finally publish it. Unless you publish, you will not be recognized by your colleagues, nationally or internationally. Otherwise, your work will die soon. So these are two photographs, such beautiful photographs. So documentation is not only for the people, for yourself also. Sometimes I look back this photograph and see the smiling face, the right side, that old lady that took 5.5 hours surgery, KPRO 2. Namrata knows that KPRO 2, 5-hour surgery I have done at the age of 60, just 4 years back. So publishing is important. It keeps you updated. Reviewer comments are most important because it improves. Then you go forward, write, rewrite, resubmit, and again move forward. So my aim is publish 2 papers in a year, not very much. Unlike Namrata, she has huge publication. So it is going good, at least 47 papers in best peer-reviewed journals in last 24 years. These also adds to your CV, which are silently important. Even I didn't know that. Why it is silently important? Because you will be recognized by the other people. Because if you upload your CV in certain things, then you get something back. So attending conferences is also important. I attend every academy every year. Whatever I have learned so far, whatever so far, mostly from AO. Be focused. I always tell, be focused. Go AO. You will learn a lot. And you will get the real recognition by international colleague and also by national colleague. My friendship with Namrata in AO only, not from RP Center. Because she joined late in RP Center, I came out. So AO has given me a lot of recognition. Best poster, best video, senior achievement award, and I am very close to lifetime achievement award. Maybe within 2 years I will get that. So, and those CVs are important because then you will get a letter, you may get a call, they will give you honorary FRCS, then after an interview, you can even the FRCS examiner. And I am enjoying that for last 14 years. Every year I used to take 2 examinations, different parts of the country, abroad also. And that is also a new learning, new exercise to contribute. My books actually help me because this is a different thing, private practice, going back to your basics. It is so your book give me a lot. So these are the list of my books. Whichever published 8 books and 4 chapters in Namrata's books is also there. I written a chapter there. And these are the list of my books. And the best 2 books are the ophthalmology, oral practical and essential ophthalmology. And that just this month, this 5th edition will be published. And it is a total new rewriting. I have went back to my MBBS days, writing in their style, in their language. So I actually enjoy those. So my book actually gave me recognition, huge respect. The numbers are so much that this number gave me unending pleasure. And royalty, of course, comes as a byproduct. And those are tax-free money. My hobby is philately. And I know when I go to history of ophthalmology, it is now because of Google, you go deeper, deeper, deeper and deeper. And then I realize all those people are great, great, great people. We are nothing, just nothing. We are just copycat. We are copying those people and little modification, my method. It is not like that. They are the greatest people of the earth so far in those 18th, 19th and early 20th century. So these are my hospital output. Devashisda is happy with my hospital output because I see 11,000 patients, around equal number of investigation. I'm a high volume cataract surgeon, high volume keratoplasty surgeon, maybe the highest in the country. I used to do every year an ocular surface procedure, a little bit of glaucoma procedure. So 2 most important words for me. These are 2 important words. Count. Second word is number. And it is important for all of you. So count your number of success as well as failure, complication, jotted down in your Excel sheet. You will have 1 paper. And it is important for learning, improvement and for innovation, important for professional growth, for individual and for institutional. My other favorite words are better. I don't believe in best, because if you reach the best, you cannot do better than that. So I believe in better. I believe in time management. Devashish da know, everybody in our hospital know that Samar Basak is equal to time. Then attitude is another important word. If you add those numericals of the alphabet, attitude means 100. So if you give your goal, your attitude is right, you are 100% right. Last is the long term. This is also very important work. Today, where there's the child and those, I will in the salkas, that I think about myself. The long term definition is not there. People test 5 years result is a long term survival. Long term, if something happened in a child of 10 years age, what is the definition of long term for that child? Long term, there is no definition clear cut. So it is very close to my heart since 30th November 87. And this is the exoplate of my chest. You know, there are 3 wires in it, probably rarest thing. You see that this right wire is broken here. This is lying there for 35 years, silicon wire. These 2 wires lying there for 15 years. And this battery, 3rd battery, is going for 5 years. So it is actually important what is the meaning of long term for me. So when I sit back someday, I look at this plate and these 35 years of extra life, I always think that life is beautiful. So your career is a journey, not a job. Enjoy this climb. Thank you very much.
I would. Sir, I would say that this was the highlight of this conference.
Yes.
This was the highlight of this conference. And if, with your permission, we would like to publish this talk on social media, if you permit us.
I do not know.
And now, let us.